explain what you do. So, welcome to the fourth episode, Reef.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. Can you just explain to the people what you do?
So I'm a photographer, videographer, uni student.
Nice. How long you been doing it for?
Like properly, like 2 or 3 years.
And that's it. Crikey. Bro, you've come a long way in that short time.
Yeah, I suppose I've had a camera like I don't know, like 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But using it properly, like to take pictures and videos and stuff, only like 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
That's nuts, mate. What got you into photography? How did you get into it?
So I had some friends, and they used to go to like abandoned buildings and stuff.
Mm.
And they used to go take pictures there. And I wanted to go with them, but I didn't have a camera, so I didn't really have like a reason to be there. I was like, if I get a camera, then I can take pictures. I can go with them guys and go take pictures and stuff.
Bloody hell, so that's how it all started.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And I went with them, and it was crazy. It's fun, yeah.
So from then, did you really know that you wanted to do photography, or was it just like a fun little thing that you wanted to do?
It was just for fun at the start. So like me and my friends in sixth form, we used to just go like around the school grounds and just take pictures of each other.
Mm.
And then it was from there, like they put their pictures on Instagram that I'd taken and just tagged me. And it was like friends of friends that saw it.
Yeah.
And they wanted pictures taken. And then I was like, oh wait, I could probably start charging people for this.
Yeah, 100%. And then obviously it just went from there.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Here we are.
Now, name a few people that you've worked with recently, because like you've been working with some mad people at the moment, bro.
Recently, this year, I've done stuff for like voodoo events in Leeds.
Mm-hmm. You've gone really quiet, by the way. I don't know. Did you move the mic or up then?
Oh, it might be my internet or something.
Oh no, it's all right. You're back loud now.
Yeah. So I shot for like Endor. You know, like pump it up.
Yeah.
Who else recently? I shot for Earth Gang in October, and Bass from Dreamville.
That's nuts.
Jaquez.
And how old are you?
Billy. Shout out Billy and Maya.
How old are you?
20.
20. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. You're elevating so quickly.
How old are you?
I'm 23, mate. Just turned 23 this year.
Not much older, is it?
Nah, but it's so nice to see. You know what I mean? Like new, fresh talent getting recognition. Like getting to places. It's nice to see, man. Honestly. So let me think. What's the biggest achievement you would say that you've done so far? And following on from that, what kind of do you want to do in the next 5 years?
5 years. Right. So the biggest thing was either the first time shooting for Dreamville, or going on the ski trip. So in January, I got flown out to Andorra to like ski. I literally just got to ski for a week and just film like a student trip there.
Sick.
So we'll start with the Bass show.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my biggest achievement, because it was like I'd just taken a picture on Instagram of like I'd been to a concert. It was Jid and Earth Gang.
Okay.
So 2 Dreamville artists, and I was just taking pictures from the crowds, like just with my old camera.
I've seen that.
And
Look awesome.
Put them on Instagram, and it was Bass's manager saw them somehow, and he just messaged me and was like, if you want to come to Manchester next week and come and shoot for Bass, you're welcome. I'll put you on the guest list. And that blew my mind, because I was like, what the hell? How's Dreamville?
The power of the internet, mate. That's where it is.
Yeah, crazy. You don't know who's like looking at your stuff half the time.
100%. And the fact that you've gone in to the show, took your camera and took it for fun just to take photos, that itself speaks 1,000 words, because you just literally don't know where those photos are going to get picked up from. So to anyone that's listening, do what Reef's doing. Take your camera everywhere. Take photos or take videos.
That's the thing. If you want to do concert stuff, you need to show that you've got concert photos in your portfolio.
100%.
So you be taking them, even if I think I've ever got a message back other than that time, like offering like what is it, like a wristband or a pass or anything.
Yeah.
You've got to take a crowd and just get your way to the front.
Didn't you also didn't you also travel, like, go around Europe this year taking photos and stuff with that company?
Oh yeah, that was at the start, just before Christmas.
That was
So
awesome.
that was company as a ski trip. So it was actually, Peter, Thai guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was somebody that he works with offered him the job, but he couldn't do it. So he said to me, like, "Do you want this job? It's going around Europe." So I got to go to Amsterdam, Cologne, and Brussels.
That's
And I
nice.
was like, "Yeah, of course, I'll take it. It's a free trip." Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why not?
yeah,
You're doing two things that you probably love: traveling and taking photos. It's a win-win.
yeah. I didn't think this would ever happen. Like, to go abroad for free. Like, I was like, "Yeah, sign me up."
Was that your first abroad gig?
Yeah, it was.
There's many more to come, mate. Trust me. There's many more to come.
Yeah. Have you had many? I saw you did the one in Paris, right?
Yeah, I've done a few. I've done the Paris one, and then I went to south of France to do a surfing one.
All right.
I've been to Ireland with Tom Zanetti, but I don't really class that as being abroad. It was a funny trip though. And that's about it really. I've been in talks about going to loads of different places, but
Yeah.
obviously it all depends on the company, and a lot of the time when I do go over, if there's plans of going overseas, it's with retail companies, and like things happen with that in terms of stock and expense and all that sort of stuff. So I meant to be going to all sorts, but it's just the company obviously budget changed, so we've most of the time it's just changing location all the time.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it's like for retail companies, they need to think more than just, let's go abroad and shoot nice scenes with nice clothes on. I think they need to expand the creativity, because a clothing brand, really, you can just sell with just photos, realistically. Like,
It's all about like the concept behind it.
100%. And if there's no concept or there's no story, then what's the point of even making a video? Like, you could just show the products through photos, which is probably me actually like pushing all the retail companies away. But I've emailed literally every single clothing brand I know or have seen on Instagram, and I hadn't even heard a response from none really. There's only been like one or two that I've actually worked with, and it just blows my mind how they don't see, because obviously I showed them my showreel, and my showreel's not kind of an ordinary showreel, it's kind of storytelling.
Yeah.
But I just don't think they get it.
Yeah, they just want like what sells, if it's flashy, if it's
But it always isn't a good look, because like with a brand you want to be known for something. Therefore, like Lamborghinis are known for how they are, like how they're made, and also because they don't do any marketing. So therefore you have to
like, they don't put anything on TV, do they? Because they know, said like people that buy Lamborghinis wouldn't waste the time watching TV.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of like you got to think about how you want your brand to be seen, and I don't know. It's a subject that's kind of going off topic, but it was just something that I just thought I'd follow up on.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
but what's your main target? What do you want to do in the next 5 years? Like I said, like what do you really want to focus on? Because I know you do a lot of concert stuff. Is that what you want to go to, or is it traveling, or?
Don't know. I think the first thing, I definitely want to just finish uni.
Yeah.
A year left of that.
That's a subject I want to talk about. Do you think it's worth it, realistically?
I know there'll probably be people from uni here, but I'd say for
me personally, I'll start out so you don't feel bad. I honestly think I didn't need uni, but I'm glad I've done it, because I'm the only person in my family that's done it. But I really didn't need to waste all that money to learn basically what I learned in college. And therefore, you're not learning anything practical as well in university. I felt like I was just doing theory-based work again, and just at a different scale, that's all. But I think the industry that we're in is all to do with production, how much you're actually putting out and how much you're doing, rather than how much you know.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. It's like, it's very, we do practical stuff, but it's like a lot more theoretical, essays, writing, stuff like that, to then do very little practical and actually put that stuff into practice.
Yeah.
You're better off like which we're just going and shooting, especially for like if you're doing marketing and stuff like that.
100%.
It's more like film school is more like teaching. I don't know, like
you're already winning though, Reef, because you got that mentality where look, you're learning. But I was in the exact same position as I was literally you a few years back. I was doing the same thing, but people don't understand that in uni. I don't know if it's the same with your uni. I don't know if because I think are you in Leeds?
I'm from Leeds, but I'm at uni of York.
Oh, York. I think places like that are a bit more active. Like I went to Bradford. I mean,
right.
I think the students there just didn't kind of understand. Like you're learning something, but you're not putting it into practice. Everything you learn in life, you need to end up putting it into practice at some point because otherwise you're just wasting your whole time. And I think people got it twisted in university where they get a degree and then they go out and get a normal job, or they get a job where in that industry because they've just got a degree. Like it don't work like that. And I think it's good that you're going out and shooting because you're building up your portfolio. So then when you leave university, you could bloody go to approach a studio and get a full-time job if you wanted. All those people in your university are bloody left behind and have to do everything you've done for the past 4 years. And by the time that's happened, they're like 25.
There is a lot of some like good opportunities that uni does give you, like getting into the industry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I've made the most of it,
but the way I see it is, if it's not for you in terms of going through the normal industry route where you go into TV or whatever it is, if that ain't for you, then don't go for it because that ain't me. And I already know that's not you just from seeing your work. So therefore, stay true to yourself. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I'm in it now. I'm just getting to the end of second year. And like you said, I'm the first in my family to do it. It's like, it's something I thought about doing.
Yeah.
It's an experience, at least. Yeah,
100%. 100% get the experience, by all means. But I think, what do you want to do, Reef? Like, you do a bit of everything, don't you? Do photography and video, so I just want to kind of know where you stand with it.
I don't know, I like to try everything. I think it's good to be able to offer, like, if you can offer videos, photos, a little bit of graphic design, motion graphics. Like, if you can offer everything, you like broadening your client base.
Of course, yeah.
But what I'd want to go into, I don't even know. I would like to travel more.
I think traveling also it helps in terms of, because you're not thinking about work, you're thinking about enjoying life. And during that period, you kind of figure out what it is you really enjoy to do. And I know it sounds weird and dumb, but it's like from me traveling and coming back, I've come back with a whole new, I know it's cliche and it sounds cringy as fuck, but I've come back with a whole new vision and kind of know what I want to do now moving forward. And I'm not just going to take every single job that comes through the door because it's not progressing me. It's not helping me be to where I want to be, really and truly. So I think it's working with brands that I want to work with, and this is kind of like just preaching, and obviously you could take it in as well, but it's working with brands that trust you and where you have creative control, because at the end of the day, that's the work that's going to get you further to where you want to be. If you're just doing stuff where it's the same old rubbish, where you're just going out, you don't really have a plan, you're just shooting just because it looks good, which is not a problem. Like, if it looks good, it looks good, but it's
like music videos with just like cars in the background.
I think
said like this year, like anyone that's messaged me about music videos, most of them have just said like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
First, don't really have the time with uni, but secondly, like, I don't want to do another just video with cars in the background and stuff. Like, everyone's seen it a million times.
And I respect that as well. I respect that from you, because a lot of people, especially our age, I'm not even saying your age because we're basically the same age, our age would do that.
Yeah.
Because
I think there is a lot of people that are really good at it and they enjoy it, but I don't want to do the same video over and over again.
100%. And we actually had a really good conversation off camera there. So in terms of what, I know I said your next 5 years, that's a bit too broad. What's your plans after uni then? Or what are you thinking of doing after uni?
So as we were just saying, like off camera, quite honestly, like traveling or something.
Mm-hmm.
It like broadens your horizons and stuff.
100%.
See like you say, like cultures, and I don't know, just.
And I think it's just one thing that you did say off camera, is you want to build a book, don't you, basically, like a documentary book that tells
like,
stories.
Like under like one whole theme, just like a story through like the images together.
Yeah, with images. So I think I would, just from recently being travelling, I would heavily advise that, because I think, first of all, it's a great way to learn how to like storytell, because there's so much stories to be telling, and it's just a great life lesson in terms of understanding different people's situations. But yet, the way I see, the thing I got from travelling is, like, we live in UK, we're in a very privileged place, and a very wealthy country, and then when you go to a place like India, it's like a whole different world that's not even on this planet, and you just think, how can a place like this still be untouched, like nothing's developed in terms of wealth or in terms of people's living state? And it's just, in fact, it looks like it's getting worse because it's getting so populated, they can't keep up with it.
I went to Ethiopia, like, so we did like a fundraiser with school, and went on a trip there, and it was just like, so we're doing like a 10-kilometer race, and it was like a Great Ethiopian Run.
Mm-hmm.
We were in like the minibus, and there were people like knocking on the window, and they weren't begging for money, they were begging for a pass to go in the race.
Oh, really?
These were worth so much or something.
It's mad.
Yeah, but the people there were so friendly. I remember I was doing the run, I'd gone by myself, and I was proper shattered because it was like 10k in Ethiopia. I was like,
10k, jeez.
For this. And then this Ethiopian guy was like, come on, we'll run together, we'll just finish it, cross the line together.
That's sick.
Which kept me going.
That's sick. That's what I mean. That's such, traveling is a blessing in disguise, and seeing other countries is like a blessing in disguise, especially when you come from a country like ours. Like I said, like, and I forgot what I was talking about India now. I forgot the point that I was getting at. But it's basically like, that's where it was. Realising that everything in life is up to you and how you see it. So it's all to do with perspective. That's why I just released that video that I just did. Because the way I see it is that they hardly have anything, but yet 80% of the time they're happy. Yeah. And I always ask them, on camera and off camera, are you happy living in India? Do you enjoy it? And they was all like, yeah, I love it. Why would I not? Yeah. So I think it's all about perspective, and just like, I think traveling would really do that. Like, moving a bit off this inspirational, like, deep chat, how do you see the industry at the moment in terms of, like, let's just talk about photography for now. How do you feel about the industry? Do you feel like it's same? Do you think it's oversaturated? Do you think it's a good community to be in? Do you think it's selfish? Like, what's your thoughts?
I feel like it's pretty good, yeah. I feel like there's a lot of like very good people, and then I don't know, there's not a lot of like not as good, and it's alright. Everyone starts in that place.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But
like I think the best thing about this is, sorry to interrupt, but just being transparent. Like, I think that's what I've done in this podcast throughout the previous ones that I've done. I've just said it how it is, and it's not in any malicious way, which I think people already know. I think it's just the truth. So I feel like if you want to say something, I think just say it. Don't think about what people are going to think, because it's what you truly think anyway.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people that, I mean, I've done it myself, but like, you copy other people.
100%. Yeah.
Not just like inspired by, but it's like a carbon copy of what somebody's doing.
100%. I've been through that stage.
Not giving any credit, just copying what people are doing. No originality, not really learning anything from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you do kind of learn a bit, because when you develop their style, you kind of like, once you've done it for a while as well, you're like, all right, well, how can I put my twist on it? Or how can I do it a bit different because it's getting a bit same. So I think it's kind of a good thing to learn and kind of follow people's concepts. But I think it's just
stuck in the shadow of somebody, like just copying.
Yeah.
Wait, like you said, it is good, and you can learn from it.
100%. I think collabs as well. I feel like that's what our industry lacks, collabs. And I feel like a lot of people don't collab enough, and I really want to collab with a lot of different people, but it's just finding their time, second of all, like having that same mutual connection in terms of wanting to learn, wanting to bond, wanting to build a team.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that I'm really missing in terms of this industry, and I haven't really found the right people for it, in all honesty. I found a few people that I can obviously say, like, we've done a few stuff behind the scenes, especially. Same with Toby Creatives and a few others that I've obviously done this with. But there's a lot of people that I would really love to collab with. I'm probably just going to say the name because if they're listening, then shout me, innit? Who's the guy that you've worked with recently? He works with Mike Craig a lot.
Oh, Demonte, Super OG.
Yeah, Super OG. I love his work. I love to work with him.
The Sandball. Yeah.
New things as well. LJ Media, which you already know, so like we're already in talks of making a short film. That's the point. Whilst you're here, do you wanna be involved in a short film?
Yeah, I mean I can do. Yeah.
Done, dusted. Right. So that's that done. Cause I don't know how long this pandemic's gonna be going on for, but hopefully we can start to get out and whatnot by August, but who knows? So from then, I think we need to formate a team. So obviously it's me, LJ, and you so far. I think we want to sit down and kind of build a project that really means something, like going on a subject that's real. So mental health or immigration or, something that people can connect with. I feel like I want to use my media in a positive light and to share stories, like realistic stories and stuff that's really happening in the real world that a lot of people don't talk about. But if you put it in a film storyline, then I feel like people connect with it much more. And if you put a message in there, I think it raises so much attention towards the thing that you're trying to put out. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think
more than just an article on it. Like if you can do it in an artistic way that expresses it, then it just elevates it more. Get more people
100%. It's a bit of a touchy subject. It's a bit of a touchy question, this one. But do you feel like, or did you feel like you ever undervalued your work? Because I feel I do it every time.
All the time. Even now, you go through highs and lows of it. You look over people's work, and you can't help but compare yourself, your own work to other people's. But all the time, I was thinking I don't even want to do music videos anymore.
Yeah.
And then I'll do one. I'll get actually having the creative control to put my own ideas into it.
Yeah.
And I think, right, if I can do it like that and actually having my control, then I'll do more of them. But
100%.
Yeah, when you're just doing the same stuff over and over, and there isn't, I don't know. Yeah, you are always. I'm always comparing it.
But how do you For me, I don't have a fixed price. My prices change quite a lot, and it all depends on production scale as well. It depends on how much they want to do.
Yeah.
And I kind of do have a minimum price. So all right, well, if you have the biggest of budgets, that's my minimum price I'm willing to do. But yeah, even that, is still undervaluing what I'm worth and what the time goes into it. Because if you think about it, Reef, how much value do we bring to people and businesses?
Businesses, it can change it drastically.
100%.
Drastically.
110%. And photos probably more than videos, because a lot of brands always want photos.
Yeah.
And without any photos, a brand or a product's not going to sell.
Yeah.
So therefore, one, you're already getting them customers, guaranteed, because they can see the product.
Yeah.
But yet you'll probably charge them what? And this is just not even you, but just like photographers in general, just from what I've heard and kind of the industry standard is like £100 to £150 for a shoot.
Charge for like an hour or something, fraction of that. Like, I know for a fact my prices are like lower than a lot of people.
And I think your work speaks for itself as well. I think you should consider maybe like not changing the price because you feel like the sake of changing your price. I think you just need to evaluate, not elevate, how much time you're putting into something for someone else.
Yeah.
Without them actually understanding how much work you're putting into it. So like, end of the day, time's money, right? And everyone knows that. Businesses know that more than anyone else because they're the smart with it. They want it as cheap as possible. They say they're going to get you in connection with this, that, and the other, but they don't follow up on it. So I think the best way to save yourself is to price something that you really believe that you're worth.
Yeah.
And then from there, like if they don't, like we said, if they don't pay it, it's a client you don't want to work with anyway, because they're not willing to appreciate the hard work they are putting in. They're not willing to pay that money, so therefore it's someone that you don't want to work with.
Yeah.
But then I was speaking to Toby, like, on the other hand, there is opportunities where you would do for free because it all depends on the opportunity, and if you really truly believe, right, this is going to make me elevate.
Like,
go on.
10 times. So like the ski trip, I didn't get paid for it. I didn't get paid, but it was like, I got a free ski trip.
Yeah.
It was literally, I was just skiing about, just using my camera whenever.
Yeah.
Like, and secondly, it's like a new client, like a good relationship to maintain.
100%. And there's nothing wrong with that as well.
Taking people abroad, just organising trips.
Yeah.
So that's a strong
100%.
Lead down if I can like maintain that.
100%. But you already see that opportunity then, so obviously you kind of get that mentality, or you kind of get that business model anyway, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But I just thought I'd put it out there for the listeners that probably are new to the game or are trying to get into the game and not kind of fully figuring out why it's not working out for them, or they're really stressed because they've got a massive workload because they're underpricing, because they're just trying to take in so much stuff. And obviously, when you're underpriced, a lot of people are going to come to you.
Yeah.
Which necessarily isn't the best thing. But yeah.
You're doing work that doesn't benefit you.
Yeah.
Like, it's still experience and stuff, but it's not taking you anywhere, it's just keeping you in the same position.
100%, yeah. So, like, what was your first project? I want to know that. I want to know. Well, you said kind of like the street photography, but I want to know about like what was your first paid project?
So I remember there was parkour group called Stora. They're like, I think like Britain's biggest parkour group or something.
Yeah. And
I was just like a fan, like used to watch their videos. I could never do any tricks or anything, but I used to just watch the videos. And they were doing like an event in Leeds. So I emailed the place. It was like Go Level Up in Beeston, I think it is.
Okay, yeah, Level Up event.
The manager. And I was like, do you want me to come? It sounds bad actually, but I was like, do you want me to come and take some pictures there for free? And the guy was like, yeah, of course, come through. Like, so I went. I just like took pictures and stuff. And then when I finished, I edited them. And when I saved them out, I put like a huge watermark on. And I just like copyright Reef rounding. And like it was huge. Like you couldn't crop it out pretty much. Sent all the pictures to him, and I was like, yeah. If you want them without the watermark on and stuff, it'll be £30.
Yes.
Sounds bad, but like bearing in mind this is my first ever like client.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, we'll send you it now. I was blown away. I was like, Mum, Dad, someone just paid me to do photography.
How much did they pay you?
£30.
30 quid. But at that time, it feels like 300, and you said you was 15 at the time. Yeah?
Yeah, 15, 16, I think I was 16. Yeah. It's crazy.
It literally feels like you're living the story that I was living in, bro. Like, honestly, it's the exact same thing. Exact same thing. I remember doing like 20 quid music videos and...
Yeah.
paying the bus to get there as well. So I was making like 15 quid.
I know what you mean. It's crazy.
But it is mad. It's all the learning curve, bro. It's funny to look back at, innit?
But it's like I'm at uni, but I also have a part-time job as well.
Yeah.
So to that, I'm like, right. So I get £8 an hour. So I'm there thinking like I can't really justify charging however much people charge for videos and photos and stuff. Knowing it's like, you know what I mean? It's not a wage. It's just like a ridiculous amount that I think people sometimes are charging. Then, like we were saying, like it's knowing the value of your work.
Of course, bro. It's
knowing that it's,
you got to look at it more than just an art form, because end of the day, especially when you're making a career from it, it's so much more you're doing. I was talking about Ethan about this as well. There's literally a segment of a podcast, and I can't remember where I saw it, and it's resonated with me ever since. And they play out a role scene, right? And it's a guy asking, "Oh, can I have a video for my company? Our budget's £1,000, but the videographer's minimum is £4,000." So he's like, "No, I only charge £4,000 minimum, blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Oh, but I really like your work. I really want to work with you. Is it possible you can do 1,000?" And it's like, "It's not possible. The minimum I can do for you is 4,000." Yeah. So then it all comes down to, yes, he breaks it down. He's like, put it this way. He asked him a question. He said, "When people come into your store, on average, how much do they spend per person?" And he said, he's made a number up. Let's just say $150, yeah, or pounds. So if he makes a video, and from that video he gets 3 new customers the next day, that's £450 in one day he's made.
Yeah, that's 10% already, more than 10%.
Exactly. So like, you got to think of it much more than how you like. I know what you mean. Like, you feel bad charging that price, but it really is more than what you think. Like, the way that you bring value to their business is so much more than anyone else thinks, even yourself. And I was the exact same as you. I didn't understand until I saw that video, and I was like, you know what? Us creatives bring so much value to businesses, more than that they even know. And if I didn't watch that video, I wouldn't have that knowledge, so I'd probably be doing the same stuff and not even learning in that type of way or thinking that way.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's the years we'll put into our craft as well. We're always learning and we're always investing. So therefore, your camera, let's just break down all my equipment, right? For the sake of it. My equipment's probably over 6,000, maybe more, altogether. So...
There's a budget on mine.
Exactly. So for me to charge someone a £200 video, but I'm using all my equipment, how does that make sense? Yeah. Plus the amount of time that I've been doing it, therefore my knowledge, and plus the amount of customers I'm going to be bringing them to the business. Like, it just doesn't weigh up. And that's what I mean by time is money, because all that time and effort and that investment has been put into something for so long, and people just don't understand the value that we're bringing towards them and ourselves. We don't even understand it ourselves, but from that video, I finally get it.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, because like, I see both sides, because I'm like, I ask myself, would I pay that much for a video? But I don't know.
But it's different because you're not a business owner. So like, if you had a business, it's totally different. So say if I had a restaurant and I was earning, like, restaurants earn a decent amount of money anyway. So like, say if I was I've paid for loads of stuff that you know what I mean. Like, it's valued for different things. So like, we'll spend 800 to 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever on equipment, but yet if we wanted a photography, obviously we'd pay the price. But for different, I don't know what I'm trying to get at here, but basically everyone values stuff differently in their own little thing.
I think, with like photos and videos and stuff as well, it isn't like a set price.
There isn't, and
like,
that's the beauty of it.
Say you want to get a drink from the shop, you're paying like £1.
Yeah.
But there isn't like a set price. It's whatever you value it at.
But sometimes there isn't that. Sometimes the shop charges more than what the price is. So therefore it's like, you'd still probably pay that price anyway because you just desperately need it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by it's if the business needs it. So therefore, if the business has approached me, he's come to me because he likes my work. He's probably looked around and saw thousands and has chose me. Therefore, I'm going to tell him a price, and if he doesn't like the price, then he can look elsewhere, which I know he doesn't want to go to because he's already seen my work and approached me. So therefore, I charging something that I believe I'm worth over the amount of investment and time and everything else I've put into what I do to then gain them more business. And ultimately, within the year, they're making probably 10 times more than what I even charged them anyway, profit.
Yeah, I think it depends on the client. So, like, if it's a business and stuff, you know they're making profit. But if it's like, I would say like a local musician, artist.
I agree with that, and I hold my hands up. I do very low budget stuff for them because and the thing is, you need to understand the situation. That's the way I see it as, because they're not a business. The people that are trying to make it, the people that are living normal 9 to 5.
Same, but just a different industry than us.
100%, the same as us, yeah, exactly. So therefore, like, you can't really take advantage of those people because we know how it is to be in their shoes. But I also see like a lot of people still screw the face up at like £250 for a music video and stuff at a high standard quality. And it's just like, end of the day, I'm doing you more of a favour than anything else because I've already got loads of business coming through. And it's not even a stuck up thing or a dickhead thing. It's just the truth, and there's nothing wrong with the truth. And end of the day, like, if I'm not being true to who I am or to people that I'm working with, then what's the point? Yeah. It's all about being transparent with your shit. So, like, in all honesty, I don't charge anything less. I put my prices up now for music videos, but like, it's very rare that I'll go below that unless I understand the situation and I'm willing to compromise because I understand where they're coming from and I understand what they're trying to build.
Yeah, and I feel it's a weird one when people ask like my rates and stuff. Sometimes I feel like rude telling them like,
don't be, bro. Don't be.
It's weird. That's my
end of the day. It's your set price that you believe you're worth. If they don't like it, fair enough. They can look elsewhere. It's not your loss. Because business is going to come to you anyway because your work speaks for itself. And they cannot be annoyed at you or angry at you for setting up a price that you think you're worth because that's just you. That's what you believe. So they cannot do that because when they become big artists, they're going to have a set price for themselves. They're going to price whatever they believe they're going to be worth. So you can't do that. You just got to stick to what you believe in and what you believe you're worth, and that's it. That's what I truly believe. And I think you shouldn't ever think what they're going to think. I think you should think about yourself because at the end of the day, you're a business. Yeah. And you once you leave uni, you're going to end up probably getting a car and doing all these other things. You've got outgoings to pay for as well. So, and if you really want it to be a business, you just got to have that mindset where, look, take your business elsewhere. I understand the situation, but I cannot help you with that. This is the best I can do. And if you can't pay for that, then I'm sorry, but I can refer you to someone else or look elsewhere.
Yeah, right. If I can't do that one.
Yeah, it's not a horrible thing. It's just the truth. Like,
I'd recommend go try them, see if they can help.
That's it, bro. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. Simple as that. That's it. I'll let you get off because I know you got to get off and it's almost 8:30 and you said you got to get off at 8:30, so...
Thank you.
No problem, bro. It's been good speaking to you, man. It's like talking to the younger me. It's been good. No problem, man. Take it easy. Keep smashing it.
Cheers. See you in a bit.
Take it easy.